Ali and I'm really excited to talk about Cats because I am so excited to share my opinions on this hot mess of a movie, summarize it, rationalize why it was made, and review it because I can. Just like the trauma. It's there. So pretty much, plot summary wise, we have a cat who's abandoned. And we don't know why, and it doesn't matter, I guess, because it's not brought up again. And then we're introduced to all the other characters through song, and then one of them ascends to heaven, or they ascend to like some higher being ability, or they ascend to be reincarnated into a better form of the same kind of cat. I don't know. I don't get it. I just don't know. But in all of their introduction songs, it's not like, this is me and this is my backstory, feel sorry for me, care about me. It's just like, this is me and this is what I do. So I'm just sitting there, watching it. Like, why should I care about your name? And half of these characters don't even come back. They're just there. They're just there. Like, they're there for a good time, not a long time, except their songs suck. So, it's not even, like, important. They don't matter. None of them matter. So, the half of the movie, more than half the movie doesn't even matter. It goes to like an hour and 45 minutes, and it felt like the longest hour and 45 minutes of my whole life. Now, so that's my summary. It was like a minute long. Congratulations, you're welcome. I think one of my favorite things about the movie Cats isn't the movie Cats, it's the reviews. So the reviews on Twitter and like IMDb user reviews and stuff like that. They're too funny. I can't even handle it. So there are some photos that I found on Twitter of someone making Nicolas Cage a character in Cats, which was just really funny. A shocking film all around, but the most shocking part is when the movie is over and Judi Dench turns directly into camera to tell you that cats are not dogs. The coolest thing about Cats is that it's a test to see how strong your mental constitution is. At some point, the movie will break you. Like it or not, Cats the movie most encapsulates the decade. We're all feral, uncanny, and begging to be the next to die. A concept. The movie Cars, but humans are CGI'd to look like cars like they are in Cats. And then just like this person's questions. Who greenlit this? Has anyone ever seen a cat? Who thought this would be a good idea? Judi Dench gets the award for the most horrifying cat. Wait, the cat does magic? But to that I have to ask which cat, because there are two cats that have magic powers for like no reason. If a hairless cat existed in Cats the movie, it would just be a human person. My friends wanted to see this, and out of pure curiosity, I went with them. Now I have fewer friends. Hollywood's new way of combating online privacy. Make movies no one wants to watch. I wish I could score this less than 1 star. This movie reminds me of that scene from Jurassic Park where Jeff Goldblum says, "You were so preoccupied with whether or not you could, you never bothered to ask if you should." This was hands down the most disturbingly awful movie I've ever seen. Whoever greenlit this should never be in charge of the light ever again. How dare they do this to me? Please don't go see this movie, and if you do, may God have mercy on your soul. Even Peter would euthanize these cats. Seriously, take $10, pop some popcorn, grab a drink from the fridge, and set the $10 on fire. You will be more entertained. I no longer have the will to live. So, I've got all of these user reviews saying how it's the worst thing to happen to cats since dogs. But then I've also got all of my musical theatre friends who are like, it's amazing! And I'm like, I'll take your word for it. And then I saw the movie and I was like, I don't see how you got there at all. I don't get it. I think the movie as a whole wasn't really the best movie adaptation that they could have done. I don't know how they can improve Cats, but I think the big draw of Cats, the musical on Broadway, is that it's interactive and that I don't have the words because it's just a hot mess and I don't like it. even the stage musical, I don't like it. It's interactive and it breaks the fourth wall, and it's very like, we're all part of this universe as the Jellicle Cats, whatever the hell a Jellicle even is. And as a musical, it's already so niche of a musical. It can't be any more niche. And musicals as a medium are so niche already. And then you've got Cats, which is an even smaller niche. And then you've turned it into this giant, massive production of a film which is quite a mainstream medium, of this tiny little niche of a show that you've turned into this mainstream music. It doesn't make any sense, because all of the people who are watching it and reviewing it aren't musical people. Okay, these are the people who didn't like Les Mis. These are the people who didn't like Into the Woods. These are the people who don't see live musicals that are songs all the way through. So then when you show them Cats as a movie, they're just like, I hate it. For so many reasons. Like, let's forget the CGI. Like, it's all songs, there's no dialogue, there's also no plot, there's no story, and it just doesn't make any sense. Because that's the nature of Cats, the musical. So then Cats as a movie makes even less sense, because you don't have that interactive, fourth wall breaking element, community, we're all in this together as Cats. That's why I don't think that it works, and that's why I don't think that it was necessarily a good idea, and that's why I think that a lot of musical theatre people are the ones who are just like, it's amazing! And all of the movie people and people who just don't care about musical theatre, whether they're movie people or not, are just like, I hate it. But however, my review, walked in, sat there, and I was like, wow. Like the first 30 seconds, I'm like, that's set. Muy bien, love it, beautiful. And then the cats are like walking around. And I didn't like that. And they looked like they had like people hands and people feet, but everything else was like cats, and I was like, oh, it's so uncomfortable. I'm like 10 minutes in and I'm like, I want it to be over already. I'm not enjoying this at all. But I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm remembering the stage musical wrong. Maybe it does have a plot and other people just can't see that, but I'm a musical theatre person. Like, I do theatre. I know, you know, sometimes it takes some time to really get into it. So maybe that's what this will be like. And then we're an hour and a half in and I'm like, still waiting for a plot. But there wasn't one, and I was just like, oh my god, I remember this. I remember exactly what's happening, and none of it makes any sense, and none of it made any sense in the stage musical. But it makes even less sense in the movie because it's not the community, we're all jellicles together. There's no audience interaction. Another thing that I want to comment on, like, I think the ballet is beautiful, and I think it's a really excellent depiction of the way that cats move, because they're very graceful, you know, very like, point. And I think it was just very, very uncomfortable viewing experience. I didn't enjoy it, and I think the songs in general I don't love. The only thing that I can point to that I was just like, that was amazing, would be Jennifer Hudson's rendition of Memories, because she was crying, and I don't know why she was crying, because I don't know what happened to her in her life. But I know that she had some sort of run-in with the bad guy, Idris Elba, and then she sings a song and she cries and she ascends, whatever ascending means in this universe. I don't know. Okay, so while I'm looking at reviews and stuff, I just thought of like 2 other things that I have to say about the movie. Why are some of them fully clothed and some of them aren't? And why are some of them wearing coats? Like full on proper coats, like fur coats. I'm like, you're a cat. Why are you wearing a fur coat? But also, why are you clothed at all? And like, why, if one of you are clothed, why aren't all of you clothed? Because like in the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve, after they had sinned, they realized that they were naked and they were ashamed. They were ashamed of it. They were shameful. And so shouldn't, like, first of all, you should be ashamed that you're a part of this movie, but also you should, if one of you is wearing clothes, you should be like, oh, why are they wearing clothes? Maybe I should wear clothes. Maybe I should be insecure. Or you should all just be like, nah, dude, like, we're cats. Who cares? You know? Weird. I don't know. The other thing is that all of their tails would move in sync sometimes, and I'm just like, oh, it's a bit erotic, it's a bit phallic. That's my summary, defense, and review of Cats. I still don't know where I stand on it because I think it's a beautiful show, and I think the ballet, like the choreography was amazing, and the directing wasn't necessarily bad. I think the show in general is just not one that I like, and I think that it's not one that works as a movie adaptation. Unless it was going to be like a Bandersnatch, like choose your own adventure. That might work. That might be cool. But even in and of itself, it's a weird show because it's pretty much just like the cats introducing themselves to the the audience and interacting with them and being like, this is my name and this is what I do. And then they're just like, great, now we know who you are. And they feel involved. Whereas when you're watching the movie, you're just like, okay, and what significance does that have on the story? Oh, there is no story. It definitely doesn't deserve as much of the hate that it's been receiving, but it just does make those reviews really, really funny. And we walked out of the cinema and I had completely forgotten about the bushfires raging the nation and that I can't breathe outside, and I just walked out and I was like, I can't breathe. So even though Cats was so devastating and unspeakably incomprehensible, it was enough of a distraction that I forgot that I can't breathe in my country right now. So you know what? That actually kind of makes it good, I think. Cats might be good. I don't think I'm ever going to watch it again. But my experience watching it was not enjoyable, but it might actually be good. Because I got to escape the smoke for like 2 hours. Who knows? Honestly, who knows if it's any good? Because, by God, I for sure don't. I just think the weirdest thing is that so much money and massive stars, and it's just this incomprehensible mess of a show, and then turning it into a movie makes it more of an incomprehensible mess. I don't know, I've said that like 17 times right now, and you're probably just like, yes, we get it, it's a mess. I'm like, yes, I know. Repetition for dramatic effect.
I repeat things for emphasis. Emphasis!
So yeah, final summary. I don't know, I did not enjoy watching it, and I don't think I'm ever going to watch it again. But I would recommend other people watching it so that they can make up their minds for themselves. And I would challenge musical theatre people to actually think, is this a good show or is it just a classic show? You know? Just think about it. Bye. Dude, what a flop. Its rankings on IMDb. It's like 2.8. Like 37 on Metascore. Oh. They spent millions on this movie. Oh God, maybe it is bad. And I'm just too afraid to say.